Welcome back to our NCAA football win total series. We continue on in the ACC. Just two schools left, and one of them is Virginia Tech, and that's where we're at today. And really, when we talk about Virginia Tech, we talk about the great Frank Beamer. Frank Beamer took over in 1987. It was rough sledding to begin with, but in 1993, he got to his first bowl game as part of the Big East, went to the Independence Bowl, won it, and he wouldn't miss a bowl again. He went to a national title game and will ultimately retire after the 2015 season without missing a bowl. Justin Fuente takes over, 4 straight bowl games. Finally, in 2020, he is 5-6, no bowl game. 5-5 in 2021. He is let go. J.C. Price takes over, leads him to a 1-1 record before a Pinstripe Bowl loss. That leads to Brent Pry showing up, 3-8 in 2022. And he starts off in 2023 with a win over Old Dominion, but then things start falling apart. Loss against Purdue, loss at Rutgers, loss at Marshall. They beat Pitt, loss at Florida State, but they start rebounding. Wake Forest win, Syracuse win. They lose at Louisville, at Boston College win, NC State a loss, and then they beat Virginia the last game of the year. That puts them in a bowl game. They go to the Military Bowl where they face Tulane, and it is a 41-20 victory. Brent Pry goes 7-6 in his second season, and he looks to build on that. And do the Hokies have a quarterback? Yes, they do. Kyron Drones, huge man. 58% passing last year, 17 touchdowns, just 3 picks, plus 818 yards, and 5 scores on the ground. Great quarterback there. Daquan Felton, Jalen Lane are both back. They have 79 catches and 14 scores. They have Allie Jennings and a former ODU player, dangerous deep threat. Nick Gallo's back at tight end after being out for last season. Don't worry, the ground game's good too. Bashul Tutin's back. He was the leading rusher with 863 yards and 10 scores. Malachi Thomas, a good rotational back. 4 of the 5 starters are back on the offensive line. They bring in a Georgia State transfer, Montanious Cunningham, to fill the other spot. The offense should be awesome this year. The defense was already number 2 last year in the ACC and was one of the best in the nation getting at the backfield. Antoine Powell-Ryland, star pass rusher. He's back, 9.5 sacks, 14.5 tackles for a loss. Cole Nelson is on the other side. Pretty good guy. There. They bring in a transfer for the interior. They also have former Oklahoma Sooner Kelvin Gilliam. Interior of the line should be just fine. Kelly Lawson back at linebacker, 80 stops last year. They bring in a mid-Tennessee State transfer who had 81 tackles and 3.5 sacks last year. Linebacking core is fine. Secondary led the ACC in interceptions last year. They did lose Derek Canteen to Cincinnati, but Dorian Strong's back. Mansour Delane's back. Jalen Stroman's back. The defense brings back a ton. The returning production on this team is amazing. And really for Virginia Tech, it's take the next step. That is their only big key. Yes, slowing down the run would be great. Having a good running game would be great, but it's really just about taking the next step this year. And the schedule they have should allow that. On August 31st, they open up at Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt, great institution, not good at football. That's going to be a win. September 7th, Marshall, that will be a win. September 14th at Old Dominion, also a win. September 21st, they're against Rutgers at home. I lean loss here. I think Rutgers is going to be improved this year. They might get it, but I lean loss. September 27th at Miami, I think they pull the upset there. I lean win. September 5th at Stanford, lean win again. October 12th, they have a bye, and then October 17th, they have Boston College. Lean win in that one. Georgia Tech is October 26th. Lean win again. We got Syracuse on November 2nd. I lean win on that one. And then we have Clemson on the 9th of November. I lean win in that one being at home. They have a bye on the 16th. The 23rd at Duke. Gonna lean win, and then Virginia on the 30th. That's gonna be a win. If we go through the schedule, I do think they're gonna slip up in the ACC schedule. I think the slip up, the best chance for that is at Miami September 27th. So let's say that's a loss. They're probably going to get a second loss somewhere. I really think that's probably September 21st against Rutgers. After that, maybe the other loss is Clemson on November 9th. That still gives them 9 wins. I have them at 10-2. I think this is a 10-win team. We're going to take the over 8.5. The over 8.5 sitting at -110 on sitting at +124 on FanDuel right now. We're going to take that over 8.5 and +124 and take it to the bank, hopefully. If you like this content, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Check us next time for our last ACC team, as we also give some conference championship picks. We'll see you then.